6 years ago, when she was 19, Katie Brickell asked for a pap smear to see if there were any warning signs for cervical cancer. She was told the National Health Service didn't approve routine screening until a woman was 20.
So I went back to the same doctors when I was 20 years old and asked for a smear test again, and the receptionist informed me that the age limit had changed and that now the government said that no smear tests under the age of 25. I think that the government have done it for cutting costs. They say that it's not for cutting costs, but I think that's what it is, because if it was for the reasons they say it is, which is women getting unnecessary treatment for abnormal smears, I think that every country in the world would adopt the same policy, and they haven't. We're the only country that has.
Twice more, Katie was refused a pap smear, until at 23, she was diagnosed with cervical cancer. Now she is paying a heavy price for that change in NHS policy.
The doctors have told me that my cancer is treatable, but it's not curable, and in all likelihood, I may only have a couple of years left to live.
When we visited Katie outside London at her home, she was responding well to chemotherapy, paid for by private insurance. But clearly, her whole life has changed.
For my wedding, I had no hair. I had to wear a wig. And I stopped treatment for a few weeks so that I was well enough for my wedding, because when I have chemotherapy, it knocks me for six. And I get very tired, and my blood counts are very low. And, you know, everybody who was there knew what was wrong with me. And it makes it a very emotional day anyway, but with that on top of it, it made it very, very, very emotional.
Katie and her husband are saving for a proper honeymoon, and she says they don't spend a lot of time talking about what might have been, but still.
For one, the fact that we would have been able to have children naturally, which we can't now. And we do talk about, and it does seem unfair. I think we talk about how unfair it is more than sort of pondering on what if, because I think you can't live your life like that.
Early after being diagnosed, Katie underwent a hysterectomy. For now, her spirits are sustained by support from family and friends and her Facebook page, which has drawn more than 45,000 women from around the world. She uses the page to encourage pap smears. Hope is also important.
My highest hope is that every time I go back for a scan, it's going to come back clear, and I'm going to be one of these miracle cases who survives.
But the sad reality is that her doctors don't see that happening.
I feel that the National Health Service has let me down, because I feel that if I'd had a smear test when I'd asked one originally, I wouldn't have gone through everything that I've been through now. And I feel that them raising the age limit has pretty much signed my death warrant.
Katie Brickell now is pushing the NHS to put the screening age back to 20 to save other women from sharing her fate. This is Gene Randall reporting.